I love that Franklin had the opportunity to have this conference because we are a very small town. So any other conference I've been to have been in larger cities. And I am so proud of our school district for being able to put on something that so many people from all over have been able to attend. I hope it comes back in a couple of years. I would love to make this something where we came back.
We're from Michigan, and so what led us to Keep Indiana Learning was BTC conference, read the book, got excited about the work, and that's how I found Indiana. We are staying at Franklin College in the dorms, which has been really fun, but it's kind of a really beautiful town area, and this high school is incredible. What a space.
It's organized effectively and it's laid out well that there's a lot for beginners. There's a lot for people who've been doing it for quite a long time, and everybody's very helpful around here. So even though it's quite large here, it's easy to get around.
We follow the Flesners on Twitter, and then through Courtney's podcast, we kind of heard about this, and then we listened to Jeff's podcast as well. And so we knew it was coming, got excited, and have started looking into it this year.
We were having a lot of conversations about implementing curriculum and like strategies, and one of our colleagues like, oh, have you heard about Peter Liljedahl? And I'm like, no, I have never heard of him. And I thought, oh, am I like been living under the rock or something? So I went online and I looked him up and I saw a lot of his work, and I thought, wow, that's actually pretty interesting.
Day one's been great. It was really good to hear from Peter. I think just kind of reading his book and kind of having just some ideas of, how things go in building thinking classrooms. It was just cool to like kind of see him in person and hear from him and how the process has been to where he's getting to what building thinking classrooms is now. So that was really neat to hear from him. And I got to attend a session for high school that was kind of based on team assessments. So just the idea of how you would want those to look in your classroom. Building thinking classrooms is very group oriented and kind of having students work together. So, we have our own experiences from our classrooms, but it was just really cool to hear from other teachers and try to collaborate and trying to work out some ideas and some questions.
I've learned a lot going into the classrooms so that I can share the messaging with our coaches, with our administrators. I work in the curriculum office, so having the opportunity to see what this looks like in action and understanding how the math curriculum marries with the instruction has really been beneficial for me too.
Peter was great. Obviously, just reading his book, I got excited about that, but then actually hearing him talk, he really brings it to life. He's got energy and excitement, and he talked a lot about helping teachers become more passionate about being in a classroom again. And so being able to get us excited about it and be able to take that back to Warren Township and hopefully get all our teachers excited about it was really cool.
Several of us have just got the book, and so we're all starting to read it and talk about it as a team, and several of us are wanting to implement this in this upcoming school year. I find myself, the more that we talk about the tasks and the more we break them down, just recognizing that this is the way I needed to learn when I was in school, and the opportunities that this conference and the way that we're being encouraged to think now through books like this one. I recognize myself and a lot of my students, and it's just going to help so many kids.
What I've taken away from the conference so far is the communication that you see, because when you step back and you see everybody at the whiteboards across the room, not only do you have all of the groups talking, you'll see groups beside each other communicating as well, and then there'll be the student who runs across and comes back as well. So it's that communication piece, and we come from education backgrounds where collaboration is key, and you can see it clearly from adults right through to our elementary school students, the collaborative piece that it will bring to math.
My previous district did so much work with the Building Thinking Classrooms text with teachers, and had so many teachers on fire to implement what they were learning. We're so excited to be able to present with students who have really gone on this implementation journey with us, because I think as adults and educators, we have one perspective of the way it's going, but really it's all about the kids and their learning for math. And so having them be the ones that are actually helping with presentation and running a simulation is something we're really excited about.
This conference was amazing. It's probably the best conference I've ever been to. And not just because it's Building Thinking Classrooms, but it was incredibly well organized. It had an incredible group of people that attended that were also energetic and enthusiastic. And the fact that it was about Building Thinking Classrooms, obviously something I'm passionate about, was just a bonus on top of that. To the people who put this together, just an absolute huge thank you. Having organized conferences before, I know how much work they are. And not only was this incredibly well organized, but there was no hint of chaos or angst. This was just beautifully, seamlessly organized. To the attendees, a couple of things. First of all, thank you for your interest in building thinking classrooms. More than that, thank you for your advocacy of building thinking classrooms. But most of all, thank you for your professionalism. If the public understood the degree to which teachers go to further their learning, to further their practice for the benefit of kids, I think they would be overwhelmed to see just how professional teachers are. Take time out of your summer, your own time to come here and further your learning. To me, it's just a height of professionalism. Thank you for that.